Welcome back to SuicideFantasyFootball.com. I'm Eric Butz.
I'm Jim Butz.
We're talking wide receivers, week 4, drop, add, sit, start, who you should be looking at in your fantasy football rosters.
First pickup, I don't know if he's available in your league. He was available in about 50% of the leagues I looked at. Nate Washington. Kenny Britt's out.
They
got to
50.
throw the ball. They got to do something.
Grabbing him.
You know, if you can get him, he'd be the first guy I'd be looking at to pick up this week.
He was always more consistent than Kenny Britt was anyway.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to get your 7 catches per week. If you get points per reception for a wide receiver, he's going to get 7 catches for 80 yards average almost every week.
That's like 100 balls a year. That's pretty.
Now that there's
really
no Kenny
numbers.
Britt. I'm saying for at least the next 5 or 6 weeks. Listen, Tennessee is going to be throwing the ball. I know you want to see more Chris Johnson, but they're going to.
I think they're going to throw the ball. I just think they're going to throw with Chris Johnson more. I think he's going to run a lot of screens.
I like that too.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good thing for Chris Johnson owners that Kenny Britt got hurt.
And Cook, the tight end, is going to be a lot more involved in it.
All right, next person I'm saying Denarius Moore. Another guy who got picked up in a decent amount of leagues, but he definitely looks like the guy without Jacoby Ford that's the #1 guy in Oakland.
They got a bunch of bums there, so he's definitely the best option. Bay, Ford, all those guys. Shillings, they're all a bunch of throw-ins.
Chaz in football.
There you go.
You got to be Sonny Bono's whatever. If your name's Chaz.
My short-term guy who I'd be putting in this week might be able to help you depending on the health of Mario Manningham. Right now, he may or may not play. I'd be taking Victor Cruz. He looked like a beast last week. I made fun of him because he was really just a preseason player and he didn't do anything and got hurt before the season even started last year. But his first 2 catches were ridiculous against the Eagles.
And against Nnamdi Asomugha, not just against anybody
one
on
was
the
against
Eagles.
Nnamdi, but yeah. Looking good, looking fast, very determined. He went up there and grabbed it and took it down, so I'd like him. And my long-term guy I'd be looking at Titus Young. I think it's not too long in the future where he's going to be taking over for Nate Burleson in that offense. They're throwing the ball around a lot down there. And if you got room and you're looking for somebody through week 10 to week 14 who's really going to help you through the playoff push, I think Titus Young's
And in the short term, if you happen to be in a league where Lance Moore was not picked up, he's owned in about 75 to 80% of the leagues out there. Grab him. If he's there, grab him. Start him. Short term, long term, Lance Moore is going to be a stud this year for Drew Brees. So that's who we're talking about to pick up. Now let's talk about who you would drop or sit, Jim.
Of course, the first one you're going to drop is Kenny Britt. I don't know if everybody knows it. If you got him on your roster, I looked on the thing. He was still in like 75% of the leagues. I don't know what.
He's on IR, people.
Yeah, he's on IR.
It's not like.
Unless you're in a keeper league, no use keeping him.
Yep.
Second guy, Mike Sims Walker. Cut him right now.
That sucks.
He's got like 7 names. It's really ridiculous. They signed him for big money. He has not meshed with Sam Bradford. I don't know what the problem is.
Amendola's out. He does nothing.
Darnarius Alexander's the guy who's getting the ball.
Really?
Brandon Gibson's
Really,
getting the
Mike
ball.
Sims Walker?
Right.
You're not old. What happened? You just suck?
He's hyphenated.
So
That's
what
the way it
happens.
goes.
Too many names. All right, I'm saying Hines Ward, give it up. He's now the 4th option in Pittsburgh. I'm cutting him.
I'm not cutting him.
I'm cutting him. Jim, when are you ever going to play Hines Ward?
I don't know.
He's the 4th option.
I think as the season wears on, you tend to go towards your veteran
that Derek
receivers.
Mason type guy.
He's your security blanket. And when Ben Roethlisberger gets a little banged up and he needs that guy to go to, Hines Ward's going to have 3 big games this year. So I wouldn't cut him, but I wouldn't be playing him right now.
If you got room, keep him, but I'm saying get rid of him. And then I'm also saying Devery Henderson is a sit this week. He's not a cut, but Lance Moore looks like he's getting back in the lineup as the beast I knew he'd be. It's him and Meacham that are going to be the 1 and 2. And unless you've got a week, and it could be this week, he's against Jacksonville, he could go for 50+ in 1 catch for a touchdown. But besides that, I don't think he's scoring you points. If you've got a better option, sit him.
One caveat to that is if you get bonus points for touchdown length, if a 50-yard touchdown is worth more than a 10-yard touchdown, Devery Henderson's a better option than in a league where it's just 7 points.
And if it's a head-to-head league where that 1 catch he gets you for 50+ yards could be to make or break between winning or losing.
That isn't that bad.
Maybe not that bad of an option, but I'm hoping you have better. If you really want to win in fantasy football, you should have better options this week. So, all right, that's what we're talking about. Check us out Wednesday night, 7:30 to 8:30 on BlogTalk Radio. It's Fantasy Football Overload, sponsored by Suicide Fantasy Football. And this Sunday, check us out at the lot, tailgating D6, broadcasting live from his awesome tailgate and his beer truck that he custom made into a party mobile. We'll be there with Ray Moffo from the Sports Maniacs and Jim Collins from Bird's Eye View, talking a little Eagles, Niners, along with the rest of the NFL. And don't forget, you still got a chance to sign up and test out the Second Chance Suicide Fantasy Football League, week 7 to week 17. Right now, there's the free One Crazy Fan option, and we're going to have another 1 or 2 leagues as we get closer to week 7.
Signing out. Butts and Butts.
See ya.